give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Alright, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV and the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series. It's opening night here of Season 3. We've got Clarence's Steakhouse 150 from Martinsville. Gonna be a heck of a race. As always, Mr. Baron Labosco joins me, Dean Doucette, in the booth to call the action. Baron, first off, where are you at and how excited are you to get this season going?
Dean, it's good to be back, man. I'm talking to you from the great city of Allentown, Pennsylvania here. So happy to see the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series underway for another great season. Some amazing drivers we had from last season and a lot of new blood showing up. Dean, it's great to be back. Tonight we're at Martinsville under the lights. So, that's a fascinating aspect as Martinsville's normally a day race for these guys. New season, new opportunity to make some way and make some waves with checkered flags. Dean, couldn't get any happier.
Yeah, absolutely. Martinsville here. We take a look at the track. A little half mile, just under a half mile here, according to the stats. Temperature out there is 80 degrees. Let's bring up the weather as well. Actually, yeah, look at that, 80 on the track. So that's a nice racy condition here. Keys to the race, as always, control, pitting, and strategy, which go hand in hand. And as we always talk about, Baron, the pitting, it's not about green flag stops generally, but generally you got to make one stop. And boy, oh boy, is it key to, I don't know how you pick right, but it's kind of key to get some luck in that picking of when to pit.
Yeah, absolutely. Pit stops matter. And we'll see tonight as we move along. If this thing goes green, then those who are managing their stuff, minding their business and staying out of trouble, we're going to see those racers to the front of the pit field, Dean. Those who have managed to pick the right strategies will take tires and fuel when they need it, and we'll see those guys come through the field. But hopefully they do it incident free, because we all know you need a clean car to win this thing.
You do. You need a clean car. You've got to keep your wits about you. As it looks like we're almost done with qualifying. They probably have a little drivers meeting here to get it set up. And on race number 1, Baron, these guys, you got Tripp out here. He won the championship, of course. Austin Miller's back in here. Marvin Turnmeyer out here. These guys looking to get a great start. Couple of rookies out here as well, looking like, maybe they can come up here and do some damage. Just talk a little bit about race number 1 in a series and what you're really trying to accomplish out here, and maybe what some guys, are overlooking and maybe don't think about correctly.
We like to think of race number 1 as the place where you set the tone. You let if you're new to this league, you let the other drivers know that, hey, I'm qualified, I can handle my car, I can race with you all without bumping it off the walls and off of each other. Practice your racecraft with these guys. As we move through the season, right, then it's time to start worrying about points and championship contention. We've got a lot of rookies in the field tonight. There's a couple we want to keep an eye on, right? Walker Cole, we know his father, Brian Cole's in the booth with him right now. He's coaching him. He's going to be a spotter, and he's going to be making decisions about adjustments. And then we've got some guys who showed up last season. Larry Eddy's another one we're going to keep an eye on. He's got some ties to Matt Eddy, so we're going to see if he's getting some pointers from him. Tanner Burge is a new name to the league, and Tanner showed some speed in practice. Hopefully we can get him to the front of the field. But, Dean, a lot of cool new things happening for this league with a lot of cool new drivers. I'm really excited to see what we got.
Yeah, it was an exciting finish last year. We open up here at Martinsville a little bit, I don't know if you call it big or not for super late models, but not a traditional super late model track. It's going to be super interesting. Right now, though, let's take a short commercial break while they finish up their little meeting, and we'll get ready for some racing action right when we... back here live at Martinsville. Everybody getting gritted up and ready to go. Let's get into tonight's starting order. You got Adam Newton on the pole, it's saying here. Hold on, that is not correct. We got to get this straightened out.
Well, they're gridding up right now. I'm looking at Walker Cole on the pole. Rookie Walker Cole on the pole.
Walker Cole, son of Brian Cole, really one of the more dominant cars last season, will be on the pole tonight with a time of 18.980, riding that Krispy Kreme number 10. You got Marvin Termeyer on the outside of row number 1. It's Kennedy and Larry Eddy in row number 2. Row 3 is Newton and Perry. 4 is Burge and Tripp, your series winner last season. Mike Lemieux and Austin Miller round out the top 10. You got Hines, Sky, and then it's Jeff Werderman, Bruce Pearson, and Adam Cole rounding out the field.
19 cars to start the first event here at Martinsville of the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series. Going to be a good show tonight. Really kind of shocked that we put a rookie on the pole, Dean.
Yeah, very interesting to see Walker out here making Dad proud, taking the pole. We're going to see how he plays this. Marvin Termeyer on the outside. You know, Marvin's going to be looking for the lead quick, so he's going to have his hands full here, but pretty impressive from young Walker.
Sure is. And look, we know Marvin Termeyer is hungry for a checkered flag. He just missed it a couple times last season. So now with a new season, a new fresh perspective, maybe that 16 car's in victory lane tonight.
All right, season number 3 underway here as we head down to the green flag and the Clarence's Steakhouse 150 from Martinsville.
Green, green, green.
Green flag drops a wiggle from Walker Cole. Termeyer on the outside gets a nice jump. Can he hold it on the outside? Doesn't look like it. Still got some momentum though.
Yeah, it looked like Keaton Tripp, our defending champion, put it off the wall at the green flag, Dean. So even our most veteran drivers having some struggles early. And we got one around, Dean.
That's Colin Kennedy gone around early on in this event. The 3 already in trouble. Let's get a quick look in on this.
I was going to say he was relatively undamaged until he backed it into that wall.
So you see him here, running in 3rd place. Everything looking good here, just a little low off. And a quick little slide. Nobody else getting into him. No real damage there.
Yeah, he went to get himself straightened out, backed it straight in the wall, got some rear damage there. So hopefully Colin gets his car straightened out and get him back to the front.
See Jeff Werderman already taking advantage, coming into the pits. I think this is a top-up situation. He might think he can make it here.
Yeah, maybe some adjustments too. Taking a page from Colin Kennedy's book, he might be a little loose.
That's a good call. It could be some early adjustments there that are to the advantage of people, and if you figure that out, why not come in? And you give up a little track position, Jeff did, but could be to his advantage. Adam Cole looks like he's making the same decision.
Maybe a little bit of gamesmanship here, Dean. What do you think? Like you're saying, maybe some fuel, maybe some thoughts of making it to the end on one set of tires, huh?
It's possible. I mean, even though it's extremely early, these games are always afoot. Guys are always trying to see, what they can do to get themselves in a better spot. I can't imagine they're trying to gather any information after a couple laps only, Baron. So this seems like a gas and go situation, and I think they're that tight on gas. Guys are already thinking about it.
Well, that's called doing your homework, Dean, and I'm glad to see some of these guys have done theirs. It's not all about speed always, right? The fastest car doesn't always win these races.
It doesn't. And what we've seen early there, that's the problem here at Martinsville. It's going to be that slow slide off the corner. You guys are going to have to watch that, especially on new tires, Baron.
Well, absolutely. Tire pressures aren't up. We got to get these cars warmed up and get some rubber down, and then we'll really see who's got what.
So Walker Cole did hold off Turnmeyer there. Turnmeyer got a good jump. I think Walker a little tentative last time around. He's got another shot here as it leads him down through the corner and to the green flag. There he goes. A big jump from Walker this time.
Yeah, lesson learned there. Walker said, I'm getting out early and getting clear.
Ooh, battle with Newton and Burge coming together, almost 3 wide behind him. Tripp on the low side. He cuts them all. Keaton Tripp moving up.
Yeah, Keaton doing a very Keaton thing. He saw an opportunity. He pounced. The 28 got up the hill, took some
contact at 40. That's Lemieux going around. That was some contact along with some heavy net code through that contact. Looking like it spared one other driver, but Lemieux takes a spin. Let's get another look at it.
Yeah, I think I saw the one car right inside the other one there.
You see here, it looks like he's brushed the wall perhaps, a little slow. 30 coming underneath. He's still a little slow on that. Oh, and a little wiggle from the 33. That's like Andrew Perry.
And it looks like Andrew caught the curb a little bit, got himself loose, and got up into Lemieux here. Notice that left front tire just grazes that curb. Oh, he's into him big time, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody else really caught anything of that, but you're right. Just touching that curb, and you just can't do that. I mean, it's exactly what we've seen is what you're going to get if you do touch that curb.
Yeah, Dean, you never want to flick the dick on a Rhino, and you never want to touch the inside curb at Martinsville. It really sends that car sideways.
Well, I haven't tried the first one, Baron. First chance I get, I'll give that a shot and report back my findings.
And you know, Austin Miller misses that wreck by just a little bit, and it's very Austin-like, right? He would get into that wreck last year, go 2 laps down, come back and win the race, but he missed this one.
Yeah, Austin on the move here, up 3 spots on the night. You got Keaton Tripp already on the move. And neither one of these guys qualified very well tonight. Bit of a surprise, but no surprise early on. They're on the move.
Yeah, so, and some of these drivers, some of these veterans are probably letting the kids, if you will, dish it out up front, see what they've got in their vehicles before they start making some serious moves.
See Lemieux and Pearson coming in here as the potential gamesmanship on pit road already happening. Early on, a couple of cautions. Going to have some guys rattled here, Baron, but I'm expecting this to settle down here and get some green flag racing. A fairly small field, track like Martinsville, you expect at least, a good 50 to 100 lap run here.
Yeah, Dean, I think once we get them lined up, right? So we'll get them out of the 2 wide situations, and then I think we see some folks really start developing their runs and getting their cars in the right position.
Larry Eddy taking it to the garage. Not sure what that was about. Stopping on the track. Now in his pits, Baron. Bad news for him.
He's certainly going a couple laps down here, Dean. I'm not sure what's happening there. If there was a black flag situation here, I'm not sure.
Not sure at all what's going on with Larry Eddy. But it's still Cole out front along with Marvin Turnmeyer Jr. Newton's up a couple. Rookie Tanner Burge up a couple as we're ready to go. No, we're not quite ready here to go back racing.
Right, and with a 15-car field, everybody's still running on the lead lap. We got Bruce Pearson out, Mike Lemieux out, and we see Larry Eddy on pit row. Hopefully we get him back in the race and back engaged with some green flag racing here. But 2 have already chosen to sit the rest of this one out. We got 1 making up his mind here on pit row.
Very interesting beginnings here, Baron. A little disappointing for those guys for sure.
We're not going green.
We're still not going green as they're trying to sort this out. Apparent problems down on the track.
Well, and that's good, right? If we've got some issues that need to be fixed, let's fix them, and then we'll go green flag racing.
Absolutely. I mean, get it right is the most important thing, and we can wait a lap or 2 and get that figured out. question is, do you come in now and top up, Baron? Get a little sneaky here.
Well, track position is pretty key, Dean. So if you haven't already topped off, like when's the right time? It's a good question. I'm glad I'm not one of their crew chiefs right now. Lap 13, lap 14 of 150. We've got 2 cautions already, so there's not a lot of laps on these tires yet.
Definitely not a lot of laps here. 14 of 150. The Krispy Kreme machine still out front. I think I want a donut, Baron. Is that wrong?
I'm a Dunkin' guy myself, Dean. So Krispy Kremes are great. They're delicious and good and wonderful. But Dunkin' makes my heart melt, man.
Tell
Get
you,
me a
we
cup of
grew up
coffee
on
and I'm
Tim
all yours.
Hortons up here in Canada until you guys kind of stole it from us. But nonetheless, I digress. Walker Cole, Marvin Termeyer. Here we go. Cole with a good launch once again.
Yeah, and a little gamesmanship on the front row there too. Termeyer wanting to get that jump, and Walker Cole said, "Nuh-uh, son, I've got this. I'm going to go ahead and play a little hide and seek with you." He got out a big lead.
Big lead. Tripp trying to fight underneath the 35 of Tanner Burge right now. Can he get there? He tries hard. Burge drives in pretty deep. Oh, and up the track he goes just a little bit. He'll have to slide in. Austin Miller looking to capitalize.
Yep, 2 of our league veterans on the move right now, showing what they've got, especially in their cars. As we've gotten signal file, Dean, hopefully we got a green flag run out of this now and see some real nice action here throughout the field.
It's really all it takes. A little wiggle out of Tripp there, and you see the guys loose off the corner. That's the big one to watch out for. But, you get through those first couple laps, and bam, we'll be green flag racing. Let's head on board here with Tanner Burge. Go to our new nose cam here and just have a look at what he's dealing with in front of him. When you see Tripp up there, he is wiggling that machine.
Yeah, and Tripp has got that telltale right end hanging out, that right rear hanging out there. He's really driving off that right rear. Makes him fast week in and week out. And my goodness, if his hands aren't busy in that cockpit right now.
Yeah, I would imagine they are. Let's get a look in on that cockpit and just see if we can see Tripp, see how busy he is. You see little corrections pointing the wrong way, trying to come out of the corner. That's pretty standard Tripp action there.
Yeah, it sure is. He's got it nice and tight on the bottom. Just really kind of cruising with it. Comes out, gives a little twitch to the right to get that right rear set and get some drive off. And it's working for him every week.
Looking on our leader, Walker Cole. Have a look at how he's handling. It's a little smoother here, a little more turn, a little less correction.
Yellow flag is out.
And yellow flag on the track. Looks like Adam Cole. Something's happened with Adam Cole.
And Adam was back in the field. He opted for some fuel early during one of those earlier cautions. So let's see what's got him in trouble.
Ooh, and it looks like the 40 diving in deep of Lemieux. And he just runs them over. Wow! They both ran him over. I got to think that's a connection issue. They didn't see him or something, Baron, because they both drove right through him.
Wow. I mean, that's not even with the horn, man. He just went right through him.
That was a little bit much. I'm not sure, but I'm going to guess that there was some kind of computer problem on someone's end there, but hard to say for certain as we're under caution here on lap 23 of 150.
I bet it didn't feel like that from the 83's point of view.
I'm not sure what that would have felt like from his point of view.
I'm sure right now he's wondering, why the hell did you run me over?
Absolutely. And not just one guy, but 2 guys. So very interesting to say the least. Early on, a few cautions here have slowed down the pace of the race.
Yeah. We kind of saw this at the beginning of last season as well, right? New drivers getting used to each other. New ways that they're going to drive into corners, their braking points. It's got, if you're close quarters racing, you got to trust that guy to do the right thing with you. And if you're not used to it, it can sometimes cause more problems than smooth racing.
Yeah, absolutely correct. First race of the year, too. A lot of guys, and that's what I brought up pre-race, Baron, is you get amped up, right? And the object, like what champions will do, is they'll tone that down. They'll realize it's a long season. I just need a top 5 or a top 3 or whatever they're thinking, but they're not necessarily coming out here thinking win at all costs because they know I can't go home on the hauler.
That's right. You can't win it if you're not in it. So keep your fenders clean, keep your fellow competitors safe, and grind out the best finish you can.
So Walker's done a nice job out front out here so far, controlling this race. Termeyer hanging on to second, doing a real nice job with that. I mean, early on, Baron, what are your thoughts? You got any early predictions here?
Well, just going on last season's, points finishers, my goodness, if you're not, choosing that Keaton Tripp car or that Austin Miller car just yet, I think you're leaving some money on the table, Dean. I like what Walker's done up here. He's certainly got the right pedigree. However, we've got some wily veterans creeping up that leaderboard right now, and sooner or later they're going to be filling that rear view mirror.
Yeah, probably sooner than later. I mean, we talk about patience and that. Tripp, our winner, not really known for patience. Good car control, great speed, but not the most patient guy. So he'll be looking to go to this front immediately here. Stuck currently in 4th on the outside. Newton, we've talked about him a lot in the 5 machine. He's in a great spot here. Always the question with him is, can he finish, right? Can he keep his head about him for 150 laps? So far, so good for him.
Yeah, don't look now, too. Like Adam Newton's in the mix. Keaton Tripp, we've seen some last year's top finishers out there, and they're not afraid to go to the outside on this, too, Dean. So don't count them out if they're in the high line right now. You might see them use that as their preferred line as this race gets going.
Yeah, he definitely could. Pace truck pulls off. Walker, Cole, Marvin Termeyer, Newton and Tripp in row 2. It's Burge and Miller in row 3. Great launch from Walker again. Out he goes. Can Cole get underneath Termeyer? Answer is no. 2 by 2. Miller pushed up high. The 11 of Barry Hines looking to take that spot.
Barry Hines having a great night so far, Dean. He's out here. He's in the lead pack, and he's got his clean car, and he's following Austin Miller, the worst guys on the field to follow through the pack.
And there comes Colin Kennedy, new scheme this year in that blue machine. He's coming underneath Miller, so Miller under all kinds of heat. Tripp working underneath Newton, and I like this from Newton, even though he's losing a spot. You know, it's better than wrecking here, thinking big picture. He's also got heat from Burge right now, one of our rookies.
Right, and Newton's picked up a lot of experience over the last 2 seasons. Don't expect him to be back there for very long. He might sacrifice this spot and then find his way back to the front again.
Yeah, and as you say it, he does it, and I like this from him. I mean, you never like to lose a spot, but he's still going forward. He's still in good position. He can just ride his line here and wait it out. Up front, though, Walker Cole being stalked by Termeyer Jr., points winner from last season, the 26 Keaton Tripp now in play.
Yeah, and Termeyer's really got a fast car tonight, Dean. Love seeing Marvin up front here. He's got this thing under control. He's hunting the lead, and he knows that 26 is behind him now. So let's see if he doesn't try to make something happen here.
And we've seen Marvin in this spot numerous times. The problem is trying to get around someone and trying to do it before that gap is closed by Tripp. It's almost too late already, Baron.
Yeah, and Marvin's got himself a little bit of a loose condition off the turn, so he's really going to have to make something happen entry to center there because his car is not going to launch as well as these other 2 guys are.
Walker out here just doing a nice job. He's looked good and stable out here. You can tell who his teacher is. Brian Cole, his father, one of the smoothest drivers on the circuit, and it looks like Walker's picked up that trait.
Yeah, he sure has, and he's carrying his dad's number this year, so he's running the 10 car again for his father, and for sure he's told him by now, hey, that 26 is coming.
Absolutely, because Termeyer, and we got Barry Hines. What's happened to Barry Hines? He has disappeared Barry Hines, computer issues. That is tragic.
Well, green flag continues as we watch these top 3 race for. Oh my goodness, and way out of line.
That's Hines. Hines is having computer issues, and
Oh
no!
no!
He's taking out the 33 of Andrew Perry, who got into Miller.
Yeah, Miller took it down pit road.
That was a product of those computer issues. We've seen him disappearing. He probably had all the cars disappear on him, didn't know where he was on the track, something to that effect. Then when he reappears, he's in all kinds of trouble, and you see the end result. Let's get a look in on a replay.
That is one tore up race car.
You see here Perry coming through, and Hines is the 11. Yeah, Hines had just rejoined, put him in an awkward spot, put Perry in an awkward spot. Miller just avoiding the barrels. Good job by him.
Wow, that was almost the end of his night right there.
Perhaps we get a word with someone out there, Barron, and see how these guys are feeling out on the track here. It's lap 38 of 150. Interesting decisions here to come.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a hold of Walker Cole, our race leader right now and rookie on the season. Hey, Walker, this is Barron up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Walker, look, early performance looks great. How's your car feeling tonight?
It's feeling pretty good. I got Keaton coming up behind me. He's pretty fast, so I have to watch out for him. But I think I'm holding off pretty good.
Walker doing a heck of a job, man, in the 10 machine. Love the paint job. Krispy Kreme's making me hungry out there, brother.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck with it there, Walker. Stay true, and let's see if we can't talk to you in victory lane tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Walker Cole going back to green. Had him in here chatting. He's got to focus right quick here. Get back on the gas and get a good launch. He gets that thing pointed out of the corner and down and away he goes. Termeyer, decent job. It's Tripp. Oh, he's bouncing in and out now on connections. So we got connection problems all around. Tripp looking to take second. Burge looking to take third. Termeyer sliding. And that looks like Austin Miller in deep, deep trouble. He's pulling off the track.
It's been a rough night for Austin so far, huh?
Very rough. Trip bouncing in and out too. So we have connection issues all around here, and that's a bit of a problem for guys.
Yeah, and when you can't see the guy in front of you, or you can't predict where that guy in front of you is, that's going to create a yellow flag every time.
Well, what guys don't realize, or what viewers don't realize too, is it's artifacts. So sometimes guys, as they disappear to you or I, like Tripp just did again, while he's gone, he might, for Walker Cole, he might appear inside of Walker Cole's car, another car overlaying him just for a moment, and it can really throw you for a loop, Baron.
Yeah, and it's playing hell right now with our drivers on that field. Marvin Termeyer slipped back to 4th place. He's found some connection issues as well. I'm wondering if we're having a server issue through iRacing here now.
Very well could be. It does happen on occasion, some of these server issues, and you never know. Termeyer, though, looking decent. He's settled down in 4th. We look back at Colin Kennedy. He's back in 6th position. Now, he had a bit of an issue early on, but he's got that all figured out. I watched him in practice, Baron. He looked pretty good, and at the end of last year, he was starting to look pretty good, too.
Sure did, and he's gathered himself from the early race incident. Looks like that car's not too hurt. Got himself in 6th place right now, so way to go, Colin. Way to recover.
You got Corey Sykes back here in 8th place. Now he's up 4 spots on the evening, right behind Barry Hines. Barry having those computer problems, but hanging in there. But rookie out here, and this is what you like to see from a rookie, just under control, just taking what the track will give him. And right now, he's in the top 10.
Yeah, and he's got himself a decent car. He's under pressure right now, but look, like you said, let him go. Live to race another day here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, make a name for yourself. Everybody wants to just get to know you and everything, and he's doing everything he can as Adam Cole comes up to the back end of him. Adam probably could be in a better spot. Early incident for him. Out front, big heat from Tripp.
Yeah, and Tripp's got his connection issues fixed. He's ready to go racing. Don't look now, though. Rookie Tanner Bird just found himself in third place, and he's coming also.
Yeah, Burge, Turnmeyer back there, Newton's back there. Let's look off the rear end of the 10 machine of Walker Cole here and get a look in, and you can just see the heat he is under.
That's a great look, Dean. A lot of guys right here get a little spooked. In the rearview mirror, all he sees is black, and he sees pressure.
And I'm surprised we're not seeing a little more movement. You see there an old trick, go high, finish low, and that'll kind of fill up the guy's mirror. It'll look like your car is bouncing around, but really you're just entering at a different spot, so can freak out the leader. So far, Walker Cole handling it great.
Yeah, it looks like that, Dean. And I'm getting confirmation now from the chat that several of the drivers are experiencing these connection issues right now. Some guys inadvertently booted from the server. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Maybe we can get Marvin in here afterwards, see what we know.
Yeah, that's a shame. You hate to see a season started that way. Guys do have a drop week or two, though, so that'll allow them to, if need be, use this as a drop week. And you can see Tripp having all kinds of connection issues.
Yeah, but Tripp's staying with it. He's still in the game, so he's going to keep putting pressure on the 10 car, letting Son know that, the old man couldn't get away from him. Now, why would he?
Absolutely. And, he looks so much like Brian out there. I mean, father and son, same kind of driver here, just holding his line, doing everything right, not drifting up high, not giving up that nose, because Tripp, Baron, he'll stick it in there if there's an opening.
Yeah, he absolutely will. He'll pounce. If there's an opening, he'll go for it. And it's great racing. It's high pressure racing. This is short track racing at its very best. And you're seeing Keaton Tripp right now apply pressure the only way he knows how, and that's constant.
Looking on Tanner Burge, one of our rookies here, doing a really, really nice job here. Trying to get in on the camera here, on the in-car camera of Tanner Burge. You can see that battle right in front of him. I love being in this spot. Well, I prefer the first spot, Baron, but if you're going to be back in third, this distance, you feel safe. You can kind of watch what's going on and just hope these guys are burning up their stuff.
Yeah, and we don't know how hard he's running right now, but he's certainly keeping pace with the leaders, so he's got to be encouraged by that. Certainly ready to put himself in a winning position should there be an incident in front of him. I like what I'm seeing out of Tanner tonight.
I do too, and I mean we're seeing sparks off the wall from Tripp quite often, so Tripp running that machine hard.
And that's his MO, right? That right rear's hung out all the time, so he only knows one way, and that's fast. So let's see if Walker can hold him off.
See Bruce Pearson, he got himself a new paint job this season as well back here. Now he is a lap down, but he needs a caution, but he's starting to look pretty good out here as he lets, Turnmeyer trying to get underneath him, locks him up, saves it. That's a great job from Marvin in controlling that. Newton looking to pounce. He will pounce. Marvin relinquishes that spot. It's pretty nice of him there. Put Adam Newton back up to fourth place.
Yeah, how about that? Adam saw an opening and he pounced on it. Oh, another one way out of shape there. Well, that was real close.
And the 22 trying to be nice out here, but guy's not handling it too well, and it's really causing some havoc.
Yeah, it's this server issue is really playing hell with some of these guys right now, Dean. It's a shame. These guys work and practice all week long, only to have server issues spoil an event like this. It should be a showcase of all these talents.
Yeah, very, very strange to have these issues occurring out here, especially a widespread issue. You see here, Turnmeyer. He's got Newton up ahead of him and Kennedy behind him. Nice little battle here for fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Yeah, and some great drivers, real used to run around each other. We'll see if the 5 car can get around Termeyer here and take over that position.
Back in 7th, we haven't talked about him much tonight, if at all, Baron. Andrew Perry in the 33. Been involved in a couple little scrapes here and there, but all in all, looking good, holding on to 7th place.
Yeah, and I think his scrapes were internet related there, so this may not be a doing of his own, but he's got a new car, so he's used his fast repair, because he really had that thing tore up earlier when we had that software issue with the 83, and we got another yellow on the field.
Oh, and that looks like Kennedy, was it? Cole and Kennedy involved. Termeyer's involved.
Yeah.
Let's get a look in on it.
Looks like we had a little dust up there in those 3.
So here you see Newton leading, Kennedy behind, Termeyer in the middle, Kennedy in a little deep, up high, in the middle of the corner, just a little tap from Kennedy. Just a matter of different braking zones and different lines, kind of rolled the center a little too good almost.
Yeah, it looks like Marvin was using a little more brake where the 3 car was letting it roll, and they got into each other.
We bring up our pit board. We see our leaders coming in. Tripp's in. Walker Cole is in. And it looks like Tripp beat him in. So that's interesting. Tripp first into the pits.
Yeah, that's a wily veteran move, right? You know your pit road speed. You know where your pit box is. You make the most out of it. He might come out with the lead here.
He might have took the lead right before the incident somehow. Not sure how that occurred, but Walker going to come out with the lead with a really quick stop. So Walker Cole this is not showing very well. We're going to try and reload.
Hats off to the strategy of the 10 car. Maybe a 2-tire stop there.
So not sure why the names are going, but Cole, looks like he had a 9.4 for Walker Cole. Or that's Adam Cole with a 9.4. Walker Cole with an 11.1. You had Tripp, who had a 22-second stop. Very, very long stop. I mean, by comparison.
Fixing some damage there.
I think it's a matter of tires versus gas. So you're looking at a gas only and tires only. Or gas and tires for some, fuel only for others.
Yep.
As I confuse myself up here. I think I'm speaking Canadian again.
That's all right. We understand Canadian here in the States. We get it.
So Adam Cole going to come out of here with the lead. He's up 14 spots now. What a move by the 83. And we seen him top off early on. Baron, was that the move?
Well, he's got the fuel now. Now he's got to hold off some fast cars. So if he's got some speed, we know he's got some fuel. This might be a race-winning move for the 83.
It very well could be. So the 83 with the power move. That's going to put Walker on the outside of row number 1. And it's going to put Tripp behind Adam Cole, who could be slower on old tires. This is going to heat things up. My goodness. Actually, he takes the outside, so he's going to give Walker Cole that inside lane. This is a really classy move from Adam Cole. I'm not sure I'd be able to do it, Baron.
Well, maybe he said, hey, I got old tires. Let's see if you can do something with your new tires here. He's going to let the racers go. Hate to see it. He should have run that thing, in my opinion. If I was his crew chief, I'd have kept him down there.
Absolutely, but Adam being, he figures he's going to give Walker that, they're both Coles, by the way, so he might be saying, Walker, hey, I'm not going to hold you up, you go get him. Green flag drops, a little late the start there out of Adam Cole, bunches him up a bit. The 35 of Burge on the outside, looking to take second, doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, and 2 rookies up there battling for the lead with one old wily veteran on old tires, and we got a 3-wide situation here.
My goodness, 3 wide off of 4. I can't believe it. Burge comes out. Tripp still blinking all over the place. He's up the track, and he is in a wreck.
Yeah, that's too bad.
And that
I don't
involved
think the 83 had anything to do with that. Yeah.
Hines and Tripp both. They've both been having connection issues. No, nothing on the 83 there. He's doing what he can up there. You can see here, you look up, way up ahead here, Kennedy doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where he is. Nobody knows where he is. And just a little checkup from Hines, which gets him involved as well.
Yeah, he just ended up on the 83's nose. That's all the 83 could do was just get surprised.
Wow. What a odd turn of events, and server issues like we talked about, folks, causing havoc among some of these guys. And that's going to put Tripp in a world of hurt. He's coming, and he's crab walking, Baron.
Yep, that's not natural right there, Dean. That looks like a dog needs to pee.
I mean, I think he's got a fast repair, so if he can get in here and relatively quickly, and we'll see. Yes, bam, fast repair, and he's down and away. He's not messing around.
No, he's got his car in one piece again. But now he's got his challenge ahead of him, right? He's got fresh tires and tail end Charlie. So starting from deep in the field, it's going to be fun to see him make his way through the front.
Well, you got Tripp back there. You got Termeyer back here at the back. These guys are going to be looking to move forward. Newton somehow at the back here as well. So these three are going to be looking to go to the front, and it's going to be entertaining. Walker Cole, though, out here. Two rookies leading, Cole and Burge. You got to love it here. And Cole Kennedy back to third where he started this thing. I can't say enough about what I seen out of Colin last season, and he has just carried that through to this season.
Yeah, you were high on Colin Kennedy last year, and your instincts have paid off. He's turned himself into a nice little driver here, putting some pressure on the leaders right now. He's got two rookies in front of him, and last year he was a rookie. So let's see what he can do with these two young bucks, and see if he can't get his car into victory lane.
So we reached the halfway marker. Walker Cole, Tanner Burge, Colin Kennedy, Adam Cole, Sykes, another rookie we haven't talked a whole lot about, but he's back in 5th place. Andrew Perry, 6th. It's Jeff Werderman quietly up 7 spots now, or 6 spots into 7th place. Newton, Pearson, Termeyer, and Tripp. Here we go. Great launch by the 10 machine. Burge files in, Kennedy files in. Everybody doing good. You look a little further back and it's chaos. You got Werderman underneath Cole. And that's actually the 76 of Sykes. Cole way up the track. Wow.
83 losing a ton of positions. He got into the marbles up there, and that car just went to garbage on him real fast.
Tripp already picking him off. He's up to 6th, right behind Termeyer, who's in 7th. Newton in front of them. He's in 6th. So all these guys already making their way up front. But up front, it is Cole with Burge chasing.
Yeah, and Corey Sykes up 8 positions, like we talked about earlier. Newcomer to the league. He's shown himself to be a hell of a race car driver here, Dean. He's got himself in position for a top 5 tonight. All you can ask for out of a newcomer to this league.
Yeah, I mean, he's looked solid too, and I like the line he's running here. Just nice, smooth. If you try and come off too low is when you get that car, that tail happy car. He's coming out just a little bit higher than maybe I'd like, but still, it's a smoother line.
Well, and he's keeping everybody behind him too, so that's another piece of the puzzle with that line. It's going to be harder to pass him. He's taking that car, he's making it wide. He's using all the racetrack to keep his speed up, and listen, top 5 right now.
Top 5, lots of heat behind him. Jeff Werderman, haven't brought him up much at all today either. The 81, known to be fast. He's been solid in races in the past, looking to pick his way. Currently up 8 spots along with Sykes, 8 spots each, and they're looking good.
Yeah, they sure are. And, with these software issues, I think that we've got those hammered out now. Maybe these guys can go back racing now.
Looks like they are. Lap 82, 150. Tripp, a little checkup from Newton. Tripp comes underneath. He blinks out. He comes back, and everything's all right. Wow, I don't like this blinking thing, Baron. Nope. It is scary.
Yeah, it sure is. And I'm wondering if his fellow drivers are letting him know that.
I mean, you think he's got to run. Where is he? I don't see him. Here he is. He's underneath you. He blinks out. Where is he? There he is. And he's wrecked. And that's exactly what you'd expect. This is not Newton's fault. He does not know where he is.
Yeah,
I don't know where he is. I can't find him. Tripp has had all kinds of internet issues.
Yeah, and that wasn't Newton's fault. Newton had no idea he was inside of him there.
We're just going to skip the replay because it was about Tripp, and Tripp has blinked out. The replay won't show him, so we seen that pretty much live there. It was, yeah, it's just a product of when you're blinking that badly, making those moves. It's scary for everybody, and you know, to be honest, Baron, I mean, I'd rather he wrecked than he wrecked a bunch of other cars.
Yeah, I agree with you here. Dean, let's see if we can get Marvin up here, give him a shout, see what he knows.
All right. Get a word in with Marvin Termeyer, race director, league owner here.
Hey, Marvin, Baron in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, we got you, man. How's it going tonight?
Well, you tell me, brother. We got cars coming and going all over the track here. What's it like?
Well, I've been getting reports from other league members that iRacing's having server issues tonight. So said they're just dropping cars all over the service. So right now we're kind of having a debate between ourselves. Going to put it to a vote whether we want to drop this off of our official race count for the season because we've just had so many oddball things happen tonight. That's 2 wrecks involving the 26, and it was all connection issues. We're just trying to decide here what we're going to do, and I mean we're going to finish the race. We'll just have to decide whether it's going to count for the official total or not. But
Marvin, I like the thought process. I know you guys will get it right, man, and I think that might be the right thing to do. I'm glad you guys are considering it. It's been a tough night for some guys with these connection issues, but right now it's still racing, man. How you feeling? You got something for them?
Yeah, just trying to get settled back in, get the feel back. Hadn't really run much this week, and didn't really get in time for practice tonight with updates and everything. So it'll be all right. We'll probably bolt a set of tires on here, and next caution or two, and see if we got something for them at the end.
Where are you at this week, Marvin?
Oh, we're still at the house. Been here about 2.5 weeks, ready to get back to work and make some more money.
We'll go out and get them, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
You too. Appreciate it.
All right, you heard them, folks. Server issues are prominent around the drivers. I would imagine they will drop this from the official standings. I think that'd be a wise move, Baron. We believe heavily in the get it right type of situation.
Yeah, it's the spirit of racing we're talking about here, Dean. We rely on the drivers to do the best things they can by each other and by the racing and by the fans that are going to tune into our broadcasts. And we got to do the right things by them too. So let's not penalize them for something that's completely out of their control. Let's let them have a little fun tonight and get used to racing around each other, get some green flag runs. And hey, let's see what we got next week, right?
Absolutely. But there's still a victory to be had, and it doesn't matter. Race car drivers are race car drivers. Points be damned. We want to win this race. Walker Cole, Tanner Burge up front, Kennedy and Sykes in row 2, Werderman and Newton in row 3. Pace truck pulls off, and Cole leads them down.
Yeah, let's go get that checkered flag, Dean. Pay window's still open, so let's go get some.
Well, maybe if you're confident the decision will be made, dare I say, you get a little more aggressive here.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
And they are getting aggressive, 3 wide, kind of a little mix-up there as guys go high, guys go low. Newton kind of benefits, I believe, as he's up into 5th.
Yeah,
33 in deep.
Yeah,
he hits Kennedy. Kennedy up the track he goes. He's going to lose a couple of spots.
Yeah, overdrive the turn a little bit there, and you pay the price, and that happens at Martinsville very, very often. You got to be careful getting into those turns.
So Cole still holding off Burge up front. Battle here, Sykes, Werderman, and Newton. They are in a battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Completely under a blanket too. Love to see Jeff Werderman up here messing it up with the guys. He's going to be steady Eddie. Let's see what the other guys have.
Newton looking like he's got center turn, but not getting off too good that time. Perry taking a peek to the low side.
Newton shutting the door real quick on him. Boy, Perry had a run, and Newton said, "Nuh-uh, not tonight. This is still my position."
Yeah, I think he's thinking about moving forward, not moving backwards. So the 5 closes that door out front. It's Walker Cole, and he is starting to walk out a lead here over Tanner Bird.
Yep, and Tanner driving a nice race, found himself in second place right now. Corey Sykes behind him, another rookie in the league. So 3 rookies reading this thing right now. Way to open up the season, boys.
Absolutely. Rookies out here. This is going to bring these vets out, and they're going to be angry next week, I would imagine.
Well, you know, they'll have a score to settle, that's for sure. We got 2 of the best on pit road or out of the race right now with Austin Miller and Keaton Tripp on the hook. So we'll see what these boys can do and how they settle it out tonight, and then walk in with their chest puffed out next week.
Rudderman looking to make a move on Sykes, couldn't get it done, and that kind of slows him up a little bit. Newton right there waiting to pounce. Tough track. Everybody looking on the low line. Still haven't seen the high side come in, Baron.
No, and I dare say the few that have tried it have paid the price by losing positions right now. So you got to really have a great car to make that work right now. And lap 98 of 150. We're closing in on the end of this one. Green flag situation right now as we see underneath the 5 car. Here comes Jeff Werdeman.
Werdeman, yeah, you're looking underneath Sykes actually up front of the 5 car, and just can't get it done there. Just not enough drive off, and now Newton takes a peek under him. Wow, everybody looking everywhere.
Yeah, great racing going on right now. Love the way the Werdeman car stepped out here. He's driving that thing for all he's got.
I'll go up to Sykes here and hop off the rear and have a look at what he's dealing with. You can see under braking, these guys closing in. Werdeman getting a good run that time. And those sparks, Baron, you try and extend these cars, you know, they're pretty wide, pretty easy to just slightly brush that wall.
Yeah, great cars, a lot of grip in these things. For those of you that are new to short track racing, these super late models are great cars. Honest to God, blast to drive. If you ever get the chance to go to your local short track, do so, because these boys will put on the same type of show you're seeing right now.
They are in one heck of a battle here. Sykes and Werdeman going at it. Out front, Walker Cole still leading, but Burge hanging on. He hasn't lost anything for a while. He might be closing ever so slightly in on our leader.
Yeah, Burge won't go away. He would love to take a checkered flag home for the inaugural event of this season. Love to see. I love seeing what I've got here in these 2 young guys getting out there and running hard.
Oh, and Burge clips the apron. That'll cost him a little bit. He holds on to it. Boy, that was scary.
And what I tell you before, Dean, right? Never tug on Superman's cape, and you never get your left tires on that corner, right? It'll send the car up the track, and it really costs you time. And it happens to every one of us when we do it.
Baron, I'm making a list. I got to go try all these things that you keep saying. I'm not sure about the Rhino one, though. That sounds a little scary.
Well, take it from me, Dean. If you flick the dick on a Rhino, you're in for a world of trouble.
Battle continues. Werdeman now under heat from Newton. Newton makes a move down the track. Heavy under braking. He pushes Werdeman up the track. And that, I'm not sure if Werdeman got hit or he just did avoidance technique there.
Well, Newton sailed that sucker in there.
And Newton is also damaged. I'm not sure what happened post that happening to Newton, but let's. So you see Newton there. He drives in deep in that corner. He's on him. Gets a decent run coming in, and Werdeman, you know, loose, and he gets a terrible angle. Does Newton fishtails it out?
So it looked like Werdeman got to the wall a little bit there.
And we'll see afterwards. I think so. You see
So it
him
looks
come in
like-
at a bad angle, fishtail, Werderman up to the wall. Newton checks up, and the 33 comes in and spins him around, saying, "Hey, you're kind of the cause of that. Here's your penalty." A
That
little
short track racing, Dean.
self-admenting there. I think they might think they're down on Bowman Gray there. There might be some fisticuffs soon.
Well, I think I'd enjoy being in the pits for that one. Sell some more tickets to that.
I just don't want to see cops running through the infield.
Been there, done that.
So Cole and Bird still out front. Sykes, but now Hines into fourth. Still some issues from his connection. It's Perry moving up into fifth. Cole and Kennedy sixth. Termeyer in seventh. Newton's on pit road. Pearson's on pit road. You see Tripp still there, his night done, as is Austin Miller, Larry Eddy, and Mike Lemieux, all retired so far. And those are a lot to do with connection issues, folks. So I don't know if they'll score points for this race. They might not, due to large problems with the servers on iRacing tonight. Not just this one, but across all of iRacing.
Yeah, and it's a byproduct of virtual racing situations. So, no fault of the drivers. There's a lot going on the track. If you can't see the driver in front of you or predict his braking points, you're going to have accidents, and that's just what we're seeing out here tonight.
Yeah, especially on the short track. I mean, if you get a mile and a half, the speeds are a little more consistent. Maybe you get away with it, but here in a short track, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, it is, and these guys, they know that. We spoke to the league owner; he recognizes it. So, if you're following the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series, look for an announcement later this week at some point to see what they do with these points.
All right, getting ready to go. Green flag action. Can Birds do anything? We're on 40 to go here, Baron. And I think Birds probably with the best shot, but there's others around that could do something. But so far, Walker Cole dominating.
Yeah, he's led it wire to wire so far. So let's see if he can keep that trend going.
There he goes. Great launch again. Perry on the outside of Sykes. He can't get it done. Hines throws it in deep. He sends Perry up to the wall. Cole and Kennedy's up there. They're almost 4 wide off the corner.
What a mess. He absolutely warhooped that thing into the turn, Dean.
And it looks like Werderman gets hit by Newton. Newton checks up. Werderman checks up. Werderman says, "Hey, just go ahead. I'm done here."
Safer back here.
I think Werderman might be done for this evening. It's hard to say.
Up more
front,
points on the board, I'd take a minute too.
Absolutely. Up front, though, Birds trying to hang in there with Cole and see what he can get done. Here's some tires screech, and there it is. Bruce Pearson has gone around.
Wow, what a rough night for Bruce. He had an early incident, got himself on the lead lap, and now he's wrecked again. That's too bad.
A quick look in on it, and maybe we get a word with Cole and Kennedy here when we get a minute. Right now, Bruce Pearson, you see Adam Cole coming underneath him here. Cole, he's just too high, comes in, gives him a tag, and up the track goes to 22. We've seen that a lot, guys trying to make moves, just a little too aggressive.
Yeah, and it looks like Bruce is going to find himself at the back of the pack. But I'll tell you somebody who's not at the back of the pack right now. It's Colin Kennedy. Colin, Barron in the Broof here. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Colin, how's your night going, man? What's going on out there?
Going very well right now. This place is mental. That's just to say the least.
So you've been to the front, you've been to the back. What's going on with your vehicle?
It's just luck, really. I got up, I spun on the first lap. That was just me clipping the little curve over there, and then started third, and then got checked up real bad. Then got hit on the high side, and then just got sent to the back because I was on the high side and couldn't get down.
Well, Colin, we've been watching you since last season. Thought you did good at the end of last season. I think you're going to persevere here in 6. Good luck the rest of the way, my friend. Go get some positions here. I'm not sure if they'll count for points, so maybe go up there and try and grab a win.
I'll try my best.
All right, brother. Baron Colin out here in 6th position. Does he have a shot at maybe getting up here and stealing a victory?
We've seen Colin come to the front before. We know there's no quit in this young man, so he's absolutely going to go try to get to the front. Good news is we've got some laps left. He's got decent tires on his car, so let's see where we're at when we finish this thing up.
Absolutely. Right now, though, Walker Cole, your race leader, doing a great job representing that number 10. His dad used to run, Brian Cole. Walker making a name for himself out here. Tanner Burge in 2nd. Corey Sykes 3rd. Marvin Termeyer made his way back up to 4th. Can he do something? Kennedy and Hines, Pearson and Perry, Newton and Adam Cole, your lead lap drivers.
Well, Walker Cole showing everybody, hey, I'm here to win this thing. And he's doing it so far by leading every lap so far this race.
And you see the delayed start again catches him off guard a little bit. Great job by Walker.
Very veteran move right there. Making them all kind of second guess where his acceleration point is. And he said, come on, try to come and get me now.
Marvin trying to make a move. Drives in deep. What a move by the 16. Drives right around Corey Sykes.
Finishes the pass. That was an amazing drive right there by our league owner Marvin, and he is setting his sights on these top 2 now.
He is. He's coming in a hurry, folks. Watch out for the 16 machine. You got Burge and Cole in front of him, and I think Burge is feeling the urgency now.
He's got to. That 16's getting bigger and bigger in his rearview mirror.
Real quick, like. I think he's got fresher tires. Burge down the track. He hangs on to it. Gets in. A little awkward angle. Going to be slow off the corner. Holds off Termeyer for now.
And now Termeyer's got a decision to make. I've got the kid rattled. This rookie doesn't know who he's dealing with right now. How do I pass him? I pass him high or I pass him low? But he's going to get passed.
Looks like back here, Hines looking to make a move on Sykes. Sykes starting to fade late in this race, and that's odd. He's been having such a great night. You see the 33 dive in of Perry as well. So we're having a little microphone issue ourselves up in the booth with Mr. Labosco, but right now the battle was heating up back there, and with the laps ticking down, where Marvin has got to make a move on Tanner Burge. Yeah, you're just crackling, Baron, quite dramatically. It sounds like maybe your wires come loose or something. Burge and Termeyer fighting for 2nd and 3rd. Termeyer peeks underneath. He stays there, trying to get that run. Dives in there. Great job by Burge holding them off. They're going to fight off the corner. The 16's still there. He gets back in line. No, he dives back down. And no, he loses it under braking. Into Burge he goes. He relinquishes the spot. And this has done nothing but allow Walker Cole to walk out.
And Walker is walking. Cole is driving a hell of a veteran's race right now, Dean.
He is driving a veteran race, and he's getting the breaks. That battle between Burge and Termeyer opened up about 10 car lengths at least for him. So Termeyer got to regroup. So hard to pass. He tried everything he could do there. Just couldn't quite get it done. We look back a little further now. Back and forth. Hines still blinking, and he's got Newton behind him. Newton not sure where he is at all the time, but thinking I might want to make a move here.
Right, and since this isn't a points-paying race, why not go for that spot?
Absolutely. I mean, at this point, this race with the connection issues, I say you go for everything. Up ahead, Termeyer, another violent move down the track. This time he hangs on to that very strange entry in the corner. He gets underneath Burge. Burge still holding them off. What a battle this is.
Yeah, and Termeier's got a car here, so the sooner he gets around this young man, the better he's going to be. He could set off and get that lead.
I love what Burge is doing, not giving it up, but Termeier is forcing the issue. He said, I'm taking it. You may not want to give it, but I'm taking it. The 16 does. 22 laps to go. A couple of seconds behind Walker Cole. I'm not sure he can get there.
Now it's going to be a tall order with only 20 laps to go, but he definitely made a hole there, and he filled it.
He made the hole. He filled the hole. The 16, he knows it's not a points night, too. I mean, he's running the thing. He's probably already thinking that. He's going to go up and try and win it.
Yeah, exactly. And he wants a checkered flag worse than anybody in that field right now. So let's see if we can get Marvin up front. Walker Cole, though, he's on cruise control.
Yeah, Walker, I mean, he's actually eating donuts at this point. I can see him in there. He's got a box. I think he's dipping them in his coffee, Baron. He's really on cruise control.
And he's definitely, hanging out with Krispy Kremes because that's just one smooth donut hole right now. I said it.
Walker, looking good. Can Termeier do anything? We look in on the lap history here, and you can see not much going on. Trading times, Termeier can be faster, but he's pushing so hard. I think, he's giving up as much as he's getting when he's overdriving the car.
Sure is, Dean. I love watching Marvin race, man. He is all go. It's awesome.
Absolutely, and why not, especially in this situation. Let's take this thing and see what it can do. We'll watch one more lap here with this history up to see if he's managed to gain anything. Comes across the line, and it looks like he gained a very, very small amount here.
Yeah, really leaning on that right front tire on his entry, too. You can see it really pinching that car down. He gets a decent launch out of it, but he's coming out real narrow. If you let that car widen out a little bit, he might get some more tenths.
Burge has settled into third after getting a little roughhoused from Termeier there. That shook him up a little bit, but a great run from our rookie here. And how about Barry Hines? Connection issues all night. Seem to have settled down a little bit. The 11 been solid. He's up 7 spots, Baron. 4th place right now.
I got to be happy for Barry, too. Barry ran the whole season last year with us. Had some struggles during the season, but love to see him in the top 5 right now.
Absolutely. Fan favorite Barry Hines. Newton back up to 5th now. He's had an up and down evening. Kind of a Newton night, actually. Been smooth and good at times, been a little rough at times, and here he is back in the top 5. Colin Kennedy had his travails as well, and he's made his way back to 6th place. Perry is currently in 7th. Now, Perry has been, up and down, much like the other guys, but maybe a little more aggressive. Hard to say, but he's been involved in a couple of things here this evening. Adam Cole in 8th. And now, rookie Corey Sykes is really struggling. Got to be damage on that machine. He has fallen all the way to 9th after running in 3rd for most of this evening. And rounding out our top 10, Bruce Pearson needing one more caution to have a shot at anything here.
Well, and Bruce had an earlier incident. He's been involved in a couple of those software incidences, so it's a shame. Bruce is, is a soldier, man. He absolutely troopers along every week, runs all the laps that he can, and we're just pulling for him to have a decent finish.
You can see there the gaps as Termeier is closing and has been closing, but we're down to 10 to go, 9 to go at the line here. Walker Cole, and he's just got to keep this thing underneath him, and I think it's his.
Yeah, no real pressure coming from the 16. He got there, and we thought he'd close up the gap, but he hasn't been able to manage it yet.
A little bit, but I mean, it's just too little too late as far as I can tell right now. The 10 machine just doing everything he can. Back here, we got ourselves a gaggle. Hines, you got Kennedy in here, Perry and Cole closing. So this is going to be our main battle here towards the end as Hines starting to blink once again.
Yeah, they're all under a blanket, and they're all fighting for position. Hopefully that software stuff doesn't get in their way again.
Wow, and the 33, a big drive in there, too far. Adam Cole almost underneath him after that. Six to go, Barron. Walker Cole doing everything he needs to do. Termeyer, though, is closing. I mean, it's way too late, Barron, but could he get there? He's under a second now.
That would be a Herculean effort there if he got to the bumper of the 10 car. I'd love to see it, just for, the racer in me wants to see some side-by-side action as we cross the finish line. But I'm not sure if he's going to get there, Dean.
Yeah, I don't think he will outside of a mistake. And we haven't seen a mistake from Walker all night. Been solid. Bird, back to Newton. And there's that battle. Hines, Kennedy, Perry. Kennedy squirrely off the exit.
Yeah, Newton with a nice recovery here tonight. He's had his troubles, and he's got himself in 4th place now. Maybe looking over his shoulder or looking forward there to get into 3rd now. Can he get there?
Newton, I don't think he can get to Tanner Bird to get to 3rd, but a solid 4th place. 3 to go.
You know what I did? I mistook the Cole and Kennedy car for Newton's old paint scheme. How about that?
Yeah, the old blue and white. He ran that last season. Termeyer is closing, running out of laps. I mean, they're all gone. We're coming down to the white flag. Walker Cole going to take this white flag. One more lap for the Krispy Kreme machine.
And Termeyer has closed the gap, but he's still got quite a bit of work to do with only 1 lap to go.
I think it's a little beyond a full send, Barron, at this point. But let's give Walker Cole his due here as he comes to the checkered flag here in Clarence's Steakhouse 150 at Martinsville. It's Walker Cole, your race winner. Marvin Termeyer 3rd, Bird, Newton, Hines going to hold off Kennedy, Perry, Adam Cole, Corey Sykes going to fight off Bruce Pearson for 9th. Pearson will get 10th. And the rest are in retirement. And I think they'll probably not make the points night. But hey, Walker Cole leading from start to finish from the pole, the 10 machine, doing his father proud and making a name for himself, Barron.
Yeah, he sure has. What a dominant effort tonight by the 10 car, a la something his father would have done last season. Looks like Walker's picked up some great lessons and really great effort here tonight as he brings home the checkered flag in that Krispy Kreme 10 car.
Did he just draw a donut too? Is that what I'm seeing?
I believe he did. Paying homage to his sponsors there.
You gotta love it. Walker Cole, excellent job. A great victory out here as the race comes home and we finish here. We'll get a couple of race interviews, but first let's take a short commercial break. All right, welcome back here to the Clarence Steakhouse 150, where Walker Cole dominated and, well, at least held off Tripp at times, was smooth, consistent, won from the pole, led every lap. A great job by him. Baron, opening night here, a little eventful with the connection issues, but a bit of a success here, especially with when you got three rookies at least one time running 1, 2, 3. You got to call that a success.
You got it. And you saw some great racing tonight by some newcomers to the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series. I love the rookie class so far. Marred a little bit by our connection issues this evening, but overall, great race. Love seeing what I saw.
Absolutely. And right now we bring in Corey Sykes out here, finishing in ninth tonight. Not quite what you had in mind, Corey, but one heck of a race from you for most of the night. I thought it was very impressive performance for a rookie. Congrats on a solid race, and sorry about maybe not having the finish you would like.
First off, just want to thank Marvin for putting on this league race. It was a lot of fun for the first race coming out, especially you guys put on the broadcast. That's awesome. But yeah, I was running good up front, and I think I was overdriving it a little bit and kind of burnt the tires off. So it kind of dropped me back to the back, and then I got pushed around a little bit towards the end. So just couldn't get my way back in line, get back in the groove. Tough luck, but we'll get them next time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it got a little rough, like you were saying. That's probably guys realized that maybe this race wouldn't count in the points, considering the connection issues we had out there. And talk a little bit about that, Corey. What's it like driving? Say you're behind a driver, you're trying to make a pass, and he's blinking in and out. How scary is it? How distracting is it?
Oh, it's definitely a little scary. I just try to give them some room, try to get, hopefully they'll get a connection, but you just got to keep holding your line, because if you don't hold your line, you're just going to cause a bigger accident. So you just got to do what you can, I guess.
Absolutely. So, what was the other strategy here as far as pit stops, Corey? 150 lap race. Maybe you could make it on fuel, but how are you feeling about tires? Was there a strategy coming into this race that you were trying to implement?
To be honest with you, I was just trying to follow some of the veterans out there, and seeing when they were going to go into pit. And we got kind of close to the halfway mark when we pitted, so I figured out it's probably the best time to take tires. And I maybe could have saved some, taking a chance if there would have been another caution soon, because we've had a lot of cautions that race. But I just had to go for it and just see what happens. And it kind of helped me out for a little bit towards the end, not so much, but I was happy the way I finished top 10, I guess. I think I started around 13th or 15th, somewhere around there, so not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of positives you can take from here. Running top 3 for a lot of this race, putting that car, driving it solidly, making a good name for yourself as a rookie. So, congrats on a solid opening night. We look forward to covering you again heading into next week. And right now, if there's any sponsors, anybody you want to thank, now's the time.
I appreciate it. Don't really have many, but Landon Rap E-Performance, he helps me out a lot with the super late model cars, so I want to thank him. And that's pretty much our go-to sponsor. So, but yeah, thank you guys again for the broadcast, and I want to thank Marvin again for bringing me on, running in this league, and I look forward to next week.
All right, Baron, that's Corey Sykes finishing in ninth tonight, running third lots of this evening, though.
Yeah, and got to be happy with what we saw out of him. Corey, newcomer to the league, we expect great things, and love seeing him up front with the other rookies tonight. And then that brings us to Marvin, not a rookie, Marvin, actually, one of the old veterans here. Hell of a charge late in that race, bud.
Well, we bolted some freshies on that, give us a little bit of confidence, and just took too much time trying to get by the 35 there, and ended up making contact a few times, and let him go a couple times. And last time, I guess slid in a little bit harder than I meant to, and was able to clear him and get on the chase after Walker there. But That dude's something else, isn't he? I swear I believe he was born with a steering wheel in his hand because apple didn't fall far from the tree there, did it?
No, it didn't. Wire to wire leading the whole thing. And yeah, talk a little bit about 8 tires being better than 4 there, Marvin. Kind of probably need to get a Krispy Kreme donut in Tanner's hands, huh?
Probably gonna have to send him a little gift of some kind as an apology there. I mean, sometimes that'll happen. We tell everybody as long as it's not egregious, we don't believe in using the bumper to pass. But when you get inside somebody a few times, you bang doors a little bit. Sometimes that's just good hard racing. And I counted 3 separate times there I was inside and got pinched, and the fourth time, I just like, well, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Now, if I'd have wrecked him, if he'd have got turned, I would have absolutely been the first one to own it and went to the rear and start over. I'm a big proponent of self accountability. So, but yeah, overall, I mean, I thought, you know, pending the server issues and all that, the race overall wasn't too bad. Really, really weird night though. I mean, we were talking over in the other room that I've not seen a server with this many issues in a long time. So I don't know if the updates for the build had anything to do with it, but it was a wild one for sure.
Yep. So let's take your driver's hat off and let's put your league owner's hat on now. Moving forward, have you made a decision on the points yet? And if so, what's the plan for next week?
Well, we talked amongst everybody, and several people said, hey, we made an effort to be here, um, so we feel like it should count. And I agree with that. I mean, we're still discussing in the background. We're trying to get the majority opinion on that, and whatever the majority feels, that's what we're going to go with. We try to make things fair here for everybody. And but that is my opinion. These guys made an effort to be here. We do have 14 races on the schedule with 9 counting for points. So if they made an effort to be here and we drop this one, that kind of takes away from them if they need another drop race down the road. So we'll see what they come up with. Should have that answer, before next week's race, probably here in the next 15, 20 minutes. But that's kind of where we're leading. Thought we would have more cars show up tonight, but it is Martinsville, and not a lot of people like Martinsville. It's unfortunate because it usually puts on a great race, and I think without the issues we had tonight, it would have been a little bit better race, but it wasn't horrible. Uh, wasn't the typical Martinsville for sure. So, but hopefully that iRacing will get all their stuff straightened out, and we'll be good to go next week.
Headed into South Boston next week, Marvin. We expecting some new blood to show up, some of the old blood coming back?
I sure hope so. I know the guys that dropped out tonight have said they would be back. I hadn't been able to talk to Larry yet, but yeah, there were just a lot of issues tonight. I expect should have at least 18, 20 cars next week, uh, and just the start of the season. Some people want to give it a race or two to kind of shake out and let the bugs get worked out before they stick their nose in. So hopefully we'll have the regulars come back and have another big show next week.
Dean, your second place driver there, Marvin Termeyer, driving of the 16 car, and league owner. Hell of a nice finish there tonight, my friend.
I certainly appreciate it. It's been a long time coming. The luck's been rough, but hopefully we got the monkey off our back and we'll have a better season this year.
We'll see you next week.
All right, Marvin with a nice impressive finish there, but he could not hunt down Walker Cole in the 10 machine, the Krispy Kreme machine, taking victory here tonight at Martinsville. Congratulations, Walker.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a good race there. Marvin was charging me there at the end. I was just trying to keep it straight.
Man, it was amazing to watch you out here. I could swear your dad was out here driving, Walker. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, we'll try and shake this father son thing at some point. You'll make a name for yourself, but Brian was such a consistent and smooth driver. Looks like you picked up right where he left off.
Yeah, I got a lot of tips from him and learned from that and tried to use them in the race and just tried to stay smooth, not try to rush it and burn my right front up, and just try not to overdo it. Just stay smooth and steady and be consistent with my lap times.
Well, you did that in a masterful way. Got the pole, led every lap, but it wasn't without some heat. You had Keaton Tripp all over your bumper at one point in this race. Severe blinking issues as well. How much was not only the heat from him shaking you, but perhaps that blinking as well shaking you?
Yeah, he was really fast. The blinking in the rearview mirror really gets to you. When it told me he was on my inside and he was still blinking, I kind of pushed up the track there and he cleared me in that one turn. I tried to battle with him for at least a couple more turns, try to put some pressure on him, but he was too fast. I think if he was still in this race, I wouldn't be in this position, but it sucks that so many people got disconnected.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, Walker. Smooth, straight, and steady is usually good for a victory. You proved that here, and we look forward to next week now. We're headed to South Boston. How are you feeling about that track?
I think that'll be fun. It's gonna be a competitive race. The um, the race is just gonna be very close there. I think because watching Dad, I usually watch him in the South Boston race that I watched. They were all tight. It was a really good race.
Yeah, more traditional super late model track should produce some hardcore action. And, you qualified so well tonight. Do you think that is one of the keys to these short tracks and these super late models is getting out here and qualifying up front?
I do think that is a big factor because you passing on this track is not that easy, and track position is really key.
Well, it seems like you got all your faculties about you. You got some race savvy there that some vets would love to have, Walker. Congrats on taking this Clarence's Steakhouse 150 here at Martinsville. Can't wait to see you race next week, man. And anybody you want to thank, any shout outs you want to give, now's the time.
I want to thank Marvin for putting on this whole deal. Thank y'all for the broadcast, and thank Furniture Mart, Clarence Steakhouse, everybody that's helped out. And it's just been a really fun time. Looking forward to it.
All right, Baron, that is number 10, Walker Cole, race winner here this evening.
Yeah, great to see young blood making a name for themselves here early on in this season with the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series. Keep an eye on that one, folks. That one's going to make some waves as we move through this season.
Oh, he's going to make some waves as we just quickly look in on our results there one more time. And you can see Cole obviously winning, Termeyer, Burge, Newton, Hines, Kennedy, Perry, Cole, Sykes, and Pearson, Werdeman, Tripp, Miller, Lemieux, and Eddie rounding out the field. Some guys with connection issues, Barron. I don't think you can go wrong any way you decide on this, especially when you're going to drop 4 races or so from, have those as drops. I don't think it's a big deal if you count this or don't count it. So we'll look forward to that decision. But, it's going to be interesting to see whether Walker has got a win under his belt or he doesn't.
Well, I don't see them taking the win away. If nothing else, the points may not count, but why penalize the young man for going out there and doing what he should do? So if they scuttle the points, I'm okay with that. Just don't take the win away from this young driver. I think he earned it. He let it wire to wire. He fought off all the competition. That's my opinion, Dean. But I don't run this thing, so I'm just a spectator like you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I can agree. First race out, a victory. Hate to take it from them. I don't think they will. And we're going to find out next week. And it's going to be South Boston here in the Raid Furniture Mart Super Series. We got it every Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Make sure you come and join us. But for myself, Dean Doucette, and Mr. Barron Labosco, that's going to wrap it up here from Martinsville. And we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.